The basketball hook. The boxing hook. Hook, the movie. Hooks are practically everywhere. Doors have hooks. Gates have hooks. Cinema has hook. DC has the Incredible Hulk. Marvel has Hawkeye. Wrestling got Hulk. Fishing used hooks. Climbers use hooks. Eagles have hooks. Hawks have hooks. They have sharp, hooked beaks and talons for hunting their prey. Everywhere you look, you can find a hook. Even braziers have hooks. But did you know that Velcros have hooks too? If you find yourself hooked into tech things like this video, please click the subscribe button if you are new to this channel. Necessity is the mother of invention. In the case of Velcro, inconvenience is the mother-in-law of invention. What were the ingredients that led to the invention of the Velcro? 1941. George de Mestral, his dog, and the Jura Mountains and the Alps in Switzerland. George and dog went up the Alps to hunt some red or roe deer. They came down and brushed on burrs. His dog came tumbling after. De Mestral noticed that a number of cockleburs stuck on his pants as well as on the dog's fur. He probably got upset, but soon became curious how the burrs attached themselves, and wondered how this could have real-world applications. Viewing it from under a microscope, he realized that the cockleburs have tiny hooks which bind with the loops on furs and fabric of his trousers. Fast forward 14 years, and the first hook and loop fastener was patented. De Mestral named it Velcro, short for velvet and crochet. Crochet literally means hook in French. After 5 more years, De Mestral perfected the design and material using tough hook little nylons and micro loops made of cotton or yarn. For legal discretion, Velcro is now a registered brand and trademark, and should not be used as generic a name to mean hook and loop fasteners. Today, hook and loop fasteners are widely used across industries and applications in healthcare, the military, vehicles, aircraft, and even spacecraft. For almost anything that needs binding, decluttering, strapping, or tying, hook and loop fastener could come in handy. Hang, stick, hold, strap, hook, clip, loop, tie, bind. There are 1,001 purposes. The invention of hook and loop fasteners is a great example of biomimicry. Biomimicry is the practice of looking to nature for inspiration to solve problems of design, process, or systems. Speaking of biomimicry, here's another subtle example. You probably might not have thought of it as biomimicry, at least not consciously. When electricity was earlier discovered, it was widely used for street lighting and general lighting systems. Soon after, electricity had to power labor-saving appliances at homes and businesses. In the olden days, appliances were hardwired to the electrical source, usually through a light socket. This posed a risk of fire or electrocution. In 1882 and 1883, British Thomas Taylor Smith patented an electric circuit connection using plug and socket to convey electricity from the main lines to different lamps. Shown here is a 2-pin plug and socket design in 1893 by General Electric Company, and while this design largely reduced the safety hazard and was more convenient, the drawback was that the plug easily detaches from the socket. This was solved by American Harvey Hubbell in 1903 when he patented plug-and-socket design for lamps and wall receptacles, which enabled the two round pins to be firmly retained in the socket's triangular detents. Ring-shaped utensil catches in the socket hugs the pins as they are inserted in. Do you ever wonder what those holes in the parallel flat pins of the modern plug are for? Certainly not as a child lock like this. I have 3 answers for you. Following the rationale of the Hubbell design of a hugging receptacle or socket, we could propose that some bump or detent was made with the hole to better grip the flat prong with better friction. Since you don't see bumps if you pry open the modern sockets, this reasoning is difficult to prove. Aside from that, drilling holes in millions of flat pins is tantamount to big savings in materials. In fact, putting holes in flat-pronged plugs is optional according to manufacturing standards. Page 17 of ANSI, NEMA Standards on Wiring Devices indicates that the hole in flat blade is optional, and it is intended for manufacturing purposes only. However, if used it must be located as per dimensions shown. Therefore, the most plausible reason for the holes must be a matter of manufacturing preference. Whether the choice of the manufacturer to put holes translates to cost savings in materials and drilling machines or better quality control during the manufacturing process, we can finally plug a hole to this age-old question. In electrical devices parlance, the plug is considered male, and the socket, female. By the way, the holes in the flat prongs do not make the plugs less male. So, was the invention of plug and socket inspired by nature? Was it biomimicry? You decide. I hope you learned something about hooks and holes today. Thank you for watching.